In the late 1990s, the Men in Black franchise was everywhere. The movies were huge hits, and like many popular films at the time, a video game adaptation was inevitable. But there's something strange about this one. The Men in Black game on the original PlayStation was never released in North America. Instead, it was only released in Europe, which raises an interesting question. Was this a hidden gem that most people missed, or was there a reason it never made it overseas? Let's take a closer look. Before we jump into the review, I just wanted to mention that the Metal Gear Retrospective series is still in works. Those videos take quite a bit long to put together, but the progress is being made and the first part will be up soon. In the meantime, I'll be taking a look at some other games here and there while those videos are being worked on. Now with that out of the way, let's get back to the review. Men in Black on the PlayStation is a third-person survival horror action game where you take control of several agents from the Men in Black organization. Throughout the game, you can play as Agent J, Agent K, and Agent L, each investigating strange alien activity and dealing with various threats connected to the Men in Black universe. The gameplay mixes exploration, combat, and puzzle solving as you move through different environments filled with hostile aliens and strange encounters. Like many survival horror style games of the late 1990s, the experience focuses on slower pacing, navigating environments, and managing encounters with enemies rather than constant action. On paper, the idea actually sounds promising. The Men in Black universe seems like it could work well for this type of game. You have secret agents, alien threats, unusual technology, and a lot of room for creative scenarios. But unfortunately, the execution is where things start to fall apart. The story places you in the role of several agents from the Men in Black organization as they investigate a series of strange alien incidents. Like I mentioned, you take control of Agent J, Agent K, and Agent L, each being assigned different missions as the Men in Black deal with threats that could expose alien activity to the public. As you might expect from the Men in Black universe, the game tries to capture the idea of a secret organization quiet handling extraterrestrial problems, while the rest of the world remains unaware. Unfortunately, the storytelling here is extremely limited. Most of the narrative is delivered through brief text scenes and simple mission objectives rather than detailed cutscenes or character interactions. Because of that, the story never really develops the characters or situations in a meaningful way, and the story just goes nowhere. The humor and personality that made the Men in Black films so memorable are mostly missing. Instead of feeling like you're stepping into the world of the movies, the game often feels more like a generic action survival horror experience that simply happens to use the Men in Black license, which in my opinion is lazy.
No, you're one of them.
The core gameplay revolves around exploring levels, solving simple objectives, and fighting enemies. But almost immediately, the problems become noticeable. The controls feel stiff and responsive. Movement can feel awkward, especially when trying to line up shots or navigating tight spaces. Combat isn't much better. Enemies can be frustrating to deal with, and the shooting mechanics lack precision. Instead of feeling satisfying, most encounters feel clunky and inconsistent. There are also moments where the game becomes confusing. Objectives aren't really clear, and level design can make it easy to get lost or unsure of what to do next. Another issue is the camera. Like many early PlayStation games, the camera can sometimes work against the player rather than helping them. Angles occasionally make it difficult to see what's ahead, and in tighter areas it makes combat feel awkward and not fun. The game also mixes exploration with simple puzzle elements, but these rarely add much depth. Most of the time you're simply searching for the next objective or figuring out where the game expects you to go. Instead of creating tension or excitement, these moments can feel slow, and they slow the game down, making it more tedious than engaging.
Playtime's over.
For a PlayStation game, the visuals are, I don't know what to say, rough. Character models are blocky, environments feel empty, and animations can be stiff. Even by late 90s standards, this wasn't exactly pushing the hardware. The atmosphere is also lacking. The Men in Black movies had unique style and tone, but this doesn't really translate well here to the PlayStation. It ends up feeling like a generic action game, rather than something tied to the franchise. Textures are often blurry, environments can feel repetitive, and many areas lack detail. While the PlayStation certainly had its limitations, there were plenty of other games at the time that managed to do much more with the hardware. Because of that, the visual presentation here ends up feeling a bit underwhelming, even for its era. The sound design doesn't do much to help either. Voice clips are limited, and the overall audio presentation feels pretty basic. Music is there, but it's not particularly memorable. Nothing really stands out in a way that enhances the experience. One of the biggest problems with Men in Black on the PlayStation comes down to the controls. Movements can feel stiff, aiming can be awkward, and sometimes it feels like the character just doesn't respond the way you expect. This can even make simple encounters more frustrating than they should be. When a game relies heavily on shooting and action mechanics, responsive controls are essential. Unfortunately, that's one of the areas where the game struggles the most. Putting everything together, this is a game that feels like a missed opportunity. The concept had potential, but the execution just isn't there. Between the clunky controls, awkward gameplay, and lackluster presentation, it ends up being more frustrating than fun. Men in Black gets a score out of 4 out of 10 because of all the problems it has with it. It's an interesting idea on paper, but the clunky gameplay, awkward controls, and lack of polish hold it back from being anything more than a forgettable experience. And that's going to wrap up this review. Question for you all. Have you played the Men in Black game on the PlayStation and you think it deserves a wider release? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, thank you for watching. The Metal Gear Retrospective will be up soon, so be on the lookout for that. Thanks again, everybody.